What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for an international roundup where we're going to take a look at each and every Spurs player that has kicked the ball in international ranks since we last gave you the international roundup. We're going to start off with England under-20s as they beat Poland by 5-1. Dane Scarlett, star of the show, playing 72 minutes and scoring a hat-trick. Alfie Devine came on for the last 12 minutes and Ashley Phillips was an unused sub on the day. But Dane Scarlett, a firing hat-trick. Let's go and have a look at the goals. They were absolutely brilliant. Look at this first one. Individual effort.
I like the way he slides past that defender and just right into the corner. Really great finish. Slightly kind of reminds me a bit like Jermaine Defoe, that kind of finish. I like it a lot.
Maybe he's taking a few pointers. Jermaine Defoe's been on the training ground, hasn't he?
Yeah, recently.
This is his second goal. Another really good finish from Dane. Kind of faking to go into the bottom right and he just goes into the bottom left. I like that as well.
Zbyt duży, żeby podjąć rywalizację. Widzimy też Scarlett po raz kolejny tutaj. Nie ma większych problemów, żeby
shape to go to the far post and he whips it into the near post.
Lovely.
So he's taking a bit of inspiration from a few strikers here.
And then the final in the hat-trick goal was from the penalty spot. Let's have a look at this penalty.
Cool as you like. He looks good in the shirt as well. I like this New England shirt.
It's a really nice shirt, isn't it?
Very nice. Let's see, Dane. Don't call him Diamond Dane for no reason. Nice. Sends keeper the wrong way.
Sends the keeper the wrong way into the bottom corner. Is he taking some penalty pointers from Harry Kane as well?
Yeah, I hope so. But I'm glad that he's looking good for England because obviously hasn't had much game time since returning from his loan from Ipswich and didn't get much game time at Ipswich as well. It's been a frustrating season for him. But I'm glad he's gone away international duty and he's starting to show everyone what they're missing again because there's a lot of excitement about him still, even though the loan deals he's had have been mixed results at best, probably haven't gone as well as he'd planned. But look, he's still a striker with a large future and a large potential, and I'm glad he's showing that on the international stage.
Yeah, you got to remember, like, all the managers that have come through Spurs have all kind of said about Dane, like, what a special talent this guy is, and people need to remember how young he still is. You know, 19 years of age. I just think he needs to go to a club next season where he's going to get regular football and be treated as you know, an asset for the team rather than just playing a bit part role off the bench and stuff like that. He needs to be playing football to aid his development. So that's Dane Scarlett, a hat-trick in the England under-20s against Poland. Next up, we're going to talk about Senegal as they beat Gabon by 3-0. Pape Matar Sarr played 73 minutes within the game. And a player that we brought you in a Tottenham update, Mika Faye, hasn't yet been had his debut for Barcelona, but got his debut for Senegal's first team in this game. And he actually scored a goal on his debut. So maybe this is the guy that we should be trying to get for the left centre-back role.
Well, based off one game against Gabon, I'm not sure. But look, he seems to...
Not just based on that.
But he looks to be doing well. Good for him. And I'm glad Sarr carrying on his good form. Obviously, I didn't watch the game. I don't know how he played. But I'm glad that he's getting regular minutes as well. He seems to be becoming a very important player for Senegal.
Yep, and for Spurs alike. So big up to Pape Matar Sarr. Moving on to Romania and Northern Ireland. They drew 1-1 in a friendly. Radu Dragusin having a standout performance in the back line for Romania. He played as right centre-back in a back four. He did complete the 90 minutes, 94 out of his 105 passes completed, 2 out of 2 successful dribbles, 14 passes into the final third, 5 clearances, 3 headed clearances, 7 ball recoveries, 100%, 5 out of 5 ground duels won, 2 out of 4 aerial duels won, and 2 fouls won for Radu on the day.
Fantastic. Obviously not getting the game time he would have hoped at Spurs, so glad he's getting it for Romania and playing well. And hopefully if he gets that sense of authority starting for Romania regularly in internationals, he can take that into his Spurs performances.
Yeah, let's hope so. Next up, Spain against Colombia in a friendly. It finished 1-0 to Colombia. Pedro Porro had a strong display at right back, completing 90 minutes despite the loss. 51 out of his 64 passes completed, 10 passes into the final third, 5 out of 8 of his long balls were accurate, 6 out of 6 tackles won, 1 clearance, 1 headed clearance, 2 interceptions, 7 ball recoveries, 10 out of his 13 ground duels won, 3 fouls won, and 0 fouls committed. A really standout display from Pedro.
Yeah, I was watching. So I read a few reports about his performance in this game, and apparently he was Spain's best player on the day. And I was watching a few of the highlights. He seemed to have a few nice efforts on goal as well. I think one of them, a volley at the back post, which hit the side netting. He was getting close to, and I think Spain are looking for the next generation of right back, and I definitely think Porro is going to fill that void. And I expect him obviously to be going to the Euros in the summer, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's their starting right back come the Euros.
Yeah, I think so. I think he should be. I mean, who else do they have there at right back?
I mean, Carvajal's had that slot for a while, hasn't he? But I think he's getting on. Yeah, exactly. He's getting on. So I think Porro, he's got a really good shout.
Let's go to the Argentina game as they beat El Salvador 3-0 in a comprehensive victory out in Argentina in a friendly. Both Romero and Lo Celso both on the score sheet in a very convincing win. Giovanni had a particularly standout display, actually. 73 minutes played, 1 goal, 73 out of his 82 accurate passes, 4 chances created, 9 passes into the final third, 2 out of 2 tackles, 1 interception, 6 ball recoveries, and 2 fouls won. And let's go and have a look at his goal.
It's a shame for Gio because I thought he's been actually having a pretty good season for Spurs before. He had his injuries, problems came back, and then obviously Maddison got back fit. He hasn't really had so much of a look in, but I'm glad he's looking confident. It's so classic Lo Celso. That shot should really be on his right foot, but he's so determined to use the outside of his left. He goes to the outside of his left. So that's classic Lo Celso, but a nice goal from him. And hopefully, if he gets any opportunities from now to the end of the season, he can take this confidence into those games, because I feel bad for him. I think he's actually done quite well when given the opportunities this season, but unfortunately recently those opportunities have been running out a bit.
Yeah, but the thing is with Gio, as much as he's taken his opportunities, the reality is that whenever he grabs those opportunities, he gets injured. That's just the reality, unfortunately.
Nice goal, though.
Yeah, very nice goal. Cuti Romero had a very dominant display at the back for Argentina. He got a bit of rest at the end of the game as well. Played 73 minutes, 1 goal, 64 out of 67 accurate passes, 5 passes into the final third, 1 block, 1 interception, 6 ball recoveries, and 4 out of his 5 aerial duels were won. And this was his goal on the day. A nice goal from a corner.
Yeah, dominant header. Probably an easy day for him against quite a weak El Salvador side, so he'll be liking that. But I think he's been playing really well recently, Cuti, so I'm pretty happy with him. Really nice header.
Yeah, so it was a Spurs shower for Argentina on the weekend. And let's go to England against Brazil. It did finish 1-0 to Brazil at Wembley. Both Maddison and Richarlison were unused subs. But look, I thought it was a fairly good display. Nothing really to shout home about in terms of the England performance, but the story of the day was obviously Endrick, the 17-year-old coming on to score the winner, the youngest goal scorer for Brazil since Ronaldo apparently in the 94 World Cup.
Wow.
And
youngest player to ever score at Wembley.
Yeah, and it was a funny story, wasn't it? He was talking about he had dreams of this moment. He did his FIFA career mode, and he scored on his debut for England for Brazil at Wembley in his career mode.
There you go. Yeah, I thought Brazil probably did deserve the win at the end of the day. That performance probably did nothing to quieten down the Southgate doubters, but obviously what he's really going to be judged on is what happens in the summer. But it wasn't a great display, but I don't think it was probably as bad as a lot of people are making out.
But it was essentially like an England B-side, really. A lot of the big players were out, so it's not too much to read into it, in my opinion. Next up, Uruguay won. The Basque country won. Rodrigo Bentancur came on for the last 35 minutes for Uruguay in their 1-1 draw, so good to see him get some minutes.
Yeah, playing with a broken toe, reportedly now, so let's hope that doesn't get any worse. But hopefully keeps those minutes coming over. The more minutes he gets, the quicker he's going to get back to his best, so it's all positive.
Denmark drew 0-0 with Switzerland, with Højbjerg playing 83 minutes in the game. But there was quite a funny moment happening in this game where Højbjerg seemed to have just completely shoved the referee to the floor. Let's have a look at this. He just completely shoves him out of the way. Boom.
Yeah, they talk about getting on referees, you know what I mean? And Højbjerg's taking it to a new level. But look, it was great shielding by the ref, but Højbjerg was having none of it. Absolutely none of it.
Great winning
Brilliant
the ball
stuff
back from Højbjerg. And finally, Italy last night beat Ecuador 2-0. Destiny Udogie was on the bench, but Big Vic getting his Italy debut, and well deserved.
Yeah, clean sheet. I was reading the stats. Apparently, there was only one shot on target for Colombia, so wasn't his biggest not column for Ecuador, but so wasn't as busiest day for Big Vic. But I'm delighted for him because I think it's really good reward for what has been a brilliant season so far. And there are suggestions that he should be the Italy #1 from a lot of Italy fans who are frustrated with some of Donnarumma's recent form. So I wonder if that'll happen come the summer, but I'm delighted for him because it's a well-deserved first cap.
It's quite an unbelievable story for Viccario. He's never been capped at any youth level before, which is mad. And then you're looking at it, this is the first time Donnarumma hasn't started in goal for Italy since November 2022.
Wow, long time.
Yeah.
So there you go. Big up to Big Vic.
And in terms of the rest of the internationals, you've got Dejan Kulusevski, who could be lining up tonight in a Swedish home game against Albania in a friendly. Tomorrow, we've got South Korea, 12:30. We'll be doing a watch-along on the South Korean channel where South Korea have that game against Thailand. England under-20s are in action again tomorrow with Divine Scarlett and Ashley Phillips could be turning out. Big game for Wales tomorrow night in that playoff final against Poland. Well, it says Poland or Estonia, but I think it's Poland now.
Poland.
So Brennan Johnson, Ben Davis and Joe Rodon obviously there. England against Belgium tomorrow as well. Hopefully we'll see some minutes for James Maddison. Denmark at home to the Faroe Islands. So Højbjerg will be in action to that night. And Bentancur, maybe he'll get some more minutes in Uruguay's friendly against Ivory Coast in Spain. Senegal play Benin in France. Pape Matar Sarr probably getting some minutes there. Romania are playing Colombia out in Spain. I don't know why all these internationals are not being played in their home countries. It's really, really weird. But Radu Dragusin should be playing in that game. Republic of Ireland against Switzerland. Troy Parrott's in the squad. And then Pedro Porro and Richarlison could be going head-to-head at Spain against Brazil tomorrow night, 8:30, which is one to keep an eye on. And then Argentina against Costa Rica out in the USA. Lo Celso and Romero should be getting some minutes in that game. So that is your international roundup. We'll bring you one final international roundup on Wednesday. But thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.